Hey guys, and welcome back to the Money Game with AC. In this channel, we talk about stocks. We also talk about money, how to make it, how to grow it, and how to protect it. In this video, I'm going to cover CCL Stock, so Carnival Cruise Line. This is a stock I recommended a few months ago and starting this year as one of the best stocks you can be invested in as the economy of the US it's recovering, because this is one of the stocks that was really beaten down during the pandemic. And on top of that, it's a really well managed company. So today the stock went all the way up to $30.63. So that was from the previous close an uptick of almost 7%, which is great. And then now that the fact that the markets were a little bit on a choppy session in awaiting what the Fed speech will say, even though we knew it was not necessarily a new news that will come out of that speech, but never mind. The market is kind of, cooling off a little bit after the recent highs following the strong jobs numbers, signaling a strong US recovery for the economy. So nevertheless, the fact that, intraday, and now I think it's 3 p.m. Central Time, so the market's just closed at the moment, and Carnival Corp is set to close at 29. So it is still up 1.4% on the day, and likely it's rising after hours. So what actually is behind this huge increase, so the jump on the stock? First of all, today, Carnival Cruise Line, was it yesterday or today? I think it was yesterday, but the earning call was actually today, when the company released the Q1 2021 numbers around the earnings. Okay, so basically, the company said that they had lost, almost 1.7 billion. Almost 2 billion. I think it was around 1.8 billion. So 2 billion for the quarter, which was a little bit ahead of what the fact-checked consensus was, around 1.7 billion. But that didn't scare the market, because that was also already priced in, because, come on, they are not sailing. No one is getting into ships because the CDC said no. Now, what was interesting in the earnings call is the fact that the company said they burned $500 million on the month. So that's their monthly burn cash, which is better than the guidance they gave in Q4 of last year, where they provided burning 600 millions a month, in January. So this is actually good, because they're making a pretty good job at maintaining the cost while waiting for revenues to come back into the business. So that was really one of the main drivers of the rise here on CCL stock. But around that, we also had the total cash balance of the company for this quarter. They end up the quarter with $11.5 billion in liquidity, meaning in cash, basically. Okay, that was up from $9.5 billion from the previous quarter, Q4 2020. So that's also a good signal, a strong signal, that the company is really managing well their finances. They're really keeping an eye on making sure they have a good amount of liquidity on hand in case, the target they have of, starting to sail back might not really be aligned with what the authorities will have in mind or will happen in reality. So that was also a big jump, actually, from 9.5 to 11.5. That's a great jump. And then the last thing that was really interesting into those earning call, the earning call, was the booking volumes, for the future cruises, for 2022. It's not summer, but winter 2021. Man, seems like they are up 90% higher than in the fourth quarter. And I think at the time, at a point, they mentioned that the bookings are now surpassing the pre-pandemic level. So the fact that the ships are not even sailing and people are already flooding the reservations and the bookings, this is a great sign of how much business this company will be able to make next year, or as soon as they start sailing. So this is a great strong signal to the market that, hey, we are here to stay and even come back stronger when we have those people coming back. And if you think about it, the majority of customers of cruise lines are people who are already retired. So in the US, almost all of them are already vaccinated with the second dose. So I don't know exactly. I mean, this is another strong signal that, hey, whenever they get the approval, which I think we're gonna get into it in a second. So basically, that was the main highlights. But yesterday, a Norwegian cruise line sent a letter to the CDC about resuming the US cruises in July. And this morning, the CDC responded that Carnival Cruise, that cruise lines, or in Carnival ships out. Cruise line basically can return by midsummer of this year, but it will be obviously followed by strict restrictions. Obviously, people will need to be vaccinated. That was the major thing. That is one of the major things I can think of. I haven't had the chance to really look into all the restrictions into details, but hey, this is a great news because basically the government through the CDC is stating them, you guys can can resume business again. And this is something the cruise lines, so Norwegian, Royal Caribbean Lines, CCL, were just waiting. They've been preparing for. So definitely a good, strong signal here. If you look at where we were standing before the pandemic, we were at $52. So this is a 44 dollars, 44% potential uprise from now on. And this is one of the main reasons why back in January, back in February, when I recommended this stock on my videos, guys, it was still trading around here, the 20% mark. 24 $24. So from now on, we've gained almost 18%, and I think we'll continue to grow to end this year even stronger than what potentially we were trading at before the pandemic, because guys, they have a lot of cash. So even though this wasn't resumed as in July, they will still be able to have cash to sustain the operations. So that's a strong signal, and I will continue potentially add up more to my shares that I already have in both my brokerage accounts. And guys, if you don't have yet, this is a strong recommendation because you wouldn't regret, according to my opinion, but that's just me. All right, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about CCL stock, whether or not it's something that you're already invested in or think about putting your money into. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.